Checking, checking, checking. Checking, checking, checking. Checking, checking, checking. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, typically you're going to find that Holly Springs Ting Park is going to play home to Summer League games for the Holly Springs Salamanders out of the Coastal Plains Summer Collegiate League, but a handful of times each year during the spring, it plays home to your William Peace Pacers. Welcome into the Pacers Sports Network, and welcome out to Ting Park here for Game 2 of this USA South Conference matchup here today, this afternoon, on a nice Saturday, a 52-degree day. No clouds really in the sky, just a nice crisp day. The Pacers come into this 9-5 overall. Their opponent, Piedmont College, does as well. Their conference records look a bit different. Piedmont working with a 5-1 record. Peace working with a 1-3 record. Peace comes into this one losing Game 1. Final of that game last night here at Ting Park was 8-3, as the Pacers they just struggled to get enough offense to go. The bullpen was struggling just a bit. Sam Carpenter got the win for Piedmont as he was able to go 7 innings on the Pacer offense, and it was just really kind of a mismatch, at least as far as last night is concerned. The Pacers will come in and try and right the wrong today. It'll be Philip Berger on the mound here to start things off for the Pacers, and he'll go through his windup here as we get things started here at 2 o'clock exactly here at Ting Park here on Saturday afternoon. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Next pitch will be fouled beyond the Piedmont dugout, and just like that, a quick 0-2 hole for Wes Snyder, senior outfielder from Statham, Georgia. Berger, a freshman right-hander from Hillsborough, North Carolina. He's going to deal a ball. First one of the day. This one into the turf and away. Ting Park, an artificially turfed field all the way around. So it'll play host to this entire series. So we're now in Game 2. Pacers looking to get a little something going as far as their conference record is concerned. They got off to a very hot start in all of their non-conference games. So now this one will be fouled off near the Piedmont dugout side. Pacers on a 2-game losing streak, having lost Game 1 to Piedmont last night. And then they lost a non-conference game midweek as well against Guilford. That one out at the USA National Training Complex in Cary, where they typically play most of their home games. But when that field is not available, you'll find them out here at Ting Park, as that last pitch fouled back into the catcher. And we'll do this thing over again at a ball and 2 strikes. Berger goes through the windup again. This one swung on and missed. And Berger gets things going on the right note here this afternoon with a strikeout swinging by Wes Snyder. And just like that, there is out number 1. That'll bring Duke Wadetsky up to the plate. Wadetsky got things going in the hit column last night for Piedmont. First pitch of the AB, Wadetsky. Little bloop out to second base, and it'll be Alex Seaton there to take care of that. And there's a quick out number 2 here for Philip Berger. Berger, a product of Senior Ridge High School. Left-hander Tyler Sheely, a junior infielder, standing about 6 foot even, weighing about 180. From Cumming, Georgia, he'll be next in the box. The 3-hole hitter here for Piedmont this afternoon, as he'll take strike number 1 on the outer half. Nice pitch there for Berger to start the sequence. Berger will step off the mound, go through the signs yet again here from catcher Jake Norris. He started last night behind the plate for the Pacers. He'll be starting here in Game 2 as this next one is low into the turf, and that'll even things up at a ball and a strike. 2 outs, nobody on here for Piedmont. Next pitch, this is skied near Seaton, second base. He got the last out, and he'll get the third. And that'll conclude the top half of the first. Zeros across the board, no hits, no runs. Here for Piedmont is a nice 1-2-3 inning. We'll get things started for Philip Berger on the mound for the Pacers. Pacers coming to the plate for the first time this afternoon when we come back right here on the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacer Sports Network as we get things going here in the bottom half of the first. No score just yet as Philip Berger takes care of business on the mound for the Pacers in the top half of the first. 1-2-3, giving up no hits and no runs to Piedmont College. On the mound first here for Piedmont in Game 2 of this three-game set, it'll be Jacob Valeroy, a freshman right-hander. So he throws ball one close. Good low spot from Valeroy, but no good. So that'll start things off to Gavin Taylor, the Pacer leadoff man, 1-0. Valeroy, native of Effingham, Georgia, graduated from Effingham High School back in 2019. As Gavin Taylor lines one down the third base line, gets past the third baseman. Taylor takes a hard round past first base, but he'll go right back and he'll settle for a leadoff single. And that'll be the first hit of the afternoon by either side. It'll belong to the Pacers. Gavin Taylor, Pacer leadoff man, will get things started as that'll bring Kyle Loki, third baseman and two-hole hitter for the Pacers, lefty at the plate. First pitch as Loki squares to bunt. Valeroy fields it, throw a little bit off the bag as the first baseman Burkhead is able to stretch out and remain on the bag. That'll be out number one. So now Coach Chris Duty will come out and have a word with the umpire. Now the umpires will have a quick meet and greet. Coach Chris Duty back as the head coach of the Pacers for the first. And now they're going to call Loki safe at first base. As they must have thought, as the field umpire must have appealed to the plate umpire, as the plate umpire would have probably had a better view up the first base line to see if the first baseman Burkett was able to keep his foot on the bag or not, and he'll rule that Loki is safe. So it'll be an infield single on a bunt for Kyle Loki, back-to-back hits for the Pacers. It's now Tyshawn Barrett fouls one down the first base line out of play. That'll start Barrett off 0-1. Nobody out, 2 men on. Taylor at second base in scoring position. Loki at first following the bunt for a hit. Chris Duty, as was saying earlier, Tyshawn Barrett will take a second ball right there. or the first ball of the AB, as that'll even things up at 1-1. Chris Duty back in his role as the head coach of the Pacers after spending a couple years as head of baseball operations and more of an assistant coach for the Pacers as he takes back over that role this season. So far, he's got the Pacers to a 9-5 overall record, 1-3 in USA South play. As Tyshawn Barrett takes strike number 2, as now he's in a hole 1-2 here with 2 men on and nobody out. Valeroy, a high and away, almost like a pitch out. And that'll even the count at 2-2. 3 appearances so far this year for Burkett. Only 9 total innings pitched across those 3 games. First appearance was against Roanoke. That was a loss. And then the next one was at Brevard. That was a win. And 2 2/3 inning pitches pitched against that win at Brevard. And then the third appearance on a loss against Pfeiffer, where he threw about 3 2/3 innings. As a starter, Valeroy with an 0-2 record. So look to get his first win of the season as a starter for Piedmont here today against the Pacers. Meanwhile, Barrett will make the count full as he takes a breaking ball in the outer half. Good plate discipline here from Tyshawn Barrett, the Pacer first baseman and the 3-hole hitter for the Pacers, one of the better bats on this Pacer squad. Now a fastball, this one's going to be skied near the right side. So now this is just going to drop as the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder converge. And all 3 just kind of allow the ball to just drop. A little bit of a miscommunication out there in shallow foul territory in right field. And so we'll do this thing over again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tyshawn Barrett at the plate. Gavin Taylor at second base in scoring position for the Pacers. Kyle Loki at first. As Valeroy gets his sign. Now this one's sent out to left field. That's going to be down. Here comes Taylor. A throw's going to be to the plate. He's going to have to get down. Throw in time, but no tag made. Gavin Taylor will score the first run of the game for the Pacers, 1-0. Tyshawn Barrett with the RBI. Nice shot to left field. Kyle Loki will stay where he is at second base. Pacers already off to a much better start than last night. Following a 1-2-3 top half of the first for freshman starter Philip Berger on the mound for the Pacers get themselves a quick RBI single from Tyshawn Barrett to take the lead first here this afternoon. And now a bunt from Hunter Ward. Third baseman fields, throw across in time. Nice play from the third baseman. As Jelly over there at third base makes the nice on-the-run sidearm throw. Is now that'll bring Logan Barber to the plate with 2 men in scoring position at second and third and 1 man out. Great spot here for the Pacer left fielder. Barber, one of the better just overall athletes and baseball talents on this team. He can hit, he can pitch, and he can play pretty much every position that the Pacers need him to play. He spent the first portion of the season at third base, and now he's been at left field for a good majority of the second half of what we've played so far here in 2020. Barber takes a ball, 1-0. Next pitch taken for strike number 1. That'll even the count at 1 apiece. Barber comes into today's game leading the Pacers in batting average. He's working with a .478 average, going 22 for his first 46 ABs of 2020. He's got 14 RBIs, 6 doubles, 4 triples, and he has crossed the plate 13 times. So he'll gear up for the 1-1 pitch from Valeroy. This one swung on and missed. Is Valeroy able to blow this one by Barber just a bit late? So now that'll put things in favor of Valeroy here with 1 man out, 2 men on. Loki at third, Barrett at second. 1 man gone. Payoff pitch. This one swung on and missed. A fastball high and away. Barber just looking to try and foul this one off. Does not make contact, and that will be out number 2. So that'll bring Tate Proctor up to the plate for the Pacers. Proctor, the DH and the 6-hole hitter here this afternoon, as Proctor has spent the majority of the games this year at the DH spot. Swung on and missed right there. First pitch of the AB. 0-1 count with 2 outs. Here in favor of Valeroy. 16 pitches so far this inning. Now another swing and a miss. 2 straight here for Proctor. Now 3 straight swings and misses. Tate Proctor goes down swinging, and that will be out number 3 here from Valeroy. Giving up 3 hits there to the Pacers, 1 run, but good job there by Valeroy to stop the bleeding, and that will end the first inning. Pacers on top, 1-0 to the top half of the second we go here from Ting Park in Holly Springs. You're listening to the Pacers Sports Network. Pacers with a very clean first inning of play as they come into this game 2 of the 3-game set with Piedmont, trying to even things up at 1 game apiece, having dropped last night's game 8-3. Pacers doing both things well on both sides of the ball as Berger takes the mound for inning number 2. He was able to get a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the first. Pacers lead at 1-0 as they get 3 hits in the bottom of the first, score 1 run. So now Berger gets behind here, 1-0. Second pitch of the AB, skied in the infield. So now Norris calls it off and takes control. And there's out number 1. Jake Norris behind the plate for game 2 of this series. He started game 1 last night as well behind the plate for the Pacers. And just like that, Berger has a nice 2-pitch first out here in the top half of the second. Piedmont still searching for their first hit of the day. First pitch taken for a strike. Whitmore, the DH, at the plate. left-hander. Freshman left-hander from Lil Bum, Georgia. This will be ball one, evening the count at 1 apiece. Now this one's sent out to left field. It might carry enough for Barber as Barber dives and makes a nice out number 2. And 2 quick outs just like that here for Philip Berger, as he's almost about to get himself 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. So now he'll face Carter Ballstat, the Piedmont center fielder. Swung on and missed. A 1 count to open things up for Ballstat. 16 pitches so far for Berger. Number 17 will be sent out to right field. In foul territory, Gavin Taylor in hot pursuit. This one will hit the wall in foul territory down the first base line, and it'll be rolled strike number 2 as Ballstat finds himself in an 0-2 hole, and Berger is 1 pitch away from another 1-2-3 inning. Berger through his windup, pitch number 3 of the at-bat. This one fouled back and over the backstop. So we'll do it again at 0-2. This one hit on the ground, third base side. Loki fields a nice smooth throw across to Tyshawn Barrett at first base. And that will be out number 3 in 2 back-to-back 1-2-3 innings here for freshman right-hander Philip Berger. As now the Pacers will come and try and add to that 1-0 lead and put a few more hits on that 3 that they have in the hit column here after 1 inning of play. To the bottom of the second we go. Pacers coming to bat right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Pacers second baseman Alex Seaton will get things started off here in the bottom half of the second. Pacers on top, 1-0. Getting 3 hits in their first trip to the plate, last inning in the bottom of the first. And they'll see if they can add to that right here and add to that 1-0 lead. Piedmont had no answer for leadoff man this inning, Alex Seaton. Seaton going 3 for 3 last night, 1 RBI as well. So now Valeroy deals pitch number 1 of the AB. Seaton squares to bunt, pulls back and takes ball number 1 of the AB, 1-0. Now this one's skied out to the right field gap, as Snyder will take care of that one out in right field, a little bit towards the gap. So that'll be out number 1 here for Valeroy. Catcher Jake Norris up to the plate. First pitch from Valeroy to Norris, swung on and missed. As Valeroy gets ahead right here, 0-1. Pitch number 21 of the day for Valeroy. This one low and away, nice spot for Valeroy, and he gets ahead of Norris, 0-2, as Jake Norris will take strike number 2 looking. This one away high, a little bit of a breaking ball that Valeroy doesn't finish. Now it'll be a 1-2 count, 1 out, nobody on here for the Pacers in the bottom of the second. Pacers lead it 1-0 here in Game 2 of this 3-game series with Piedmont out at Ting Park in Holly Springs. On a nice clear Saturday afternoon, ball number 2 taken by Jake Norris, similar spot as ball number 1, a bit high and away. Next pitch, this one skied out to right field. This one shallow right field. It'll be the second baseman, Wadetsky, to take care of that, as there's 2 quick outs. First one, a deep fly ball to right field from Alex Seaton for out number 1. Second one by Jake Norris, the Pacer catcher, in shallow right field for out number 2, as now center fielder and senior, one of the only seniors, if not the only, in this Pacer lineup. It's the speedy Nate Holt. Gears up for pitch number 1, a breaking ball. Valeroy not able to finish the snap on that breaking ball, as that'll start things off with Holt with a 1-0 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Pacer leadoff man Gavin Taylor on the on-deck circle, as Holt sends one to shallow right field. But the shortstop Trawick there to take care of it, and there's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Valeroy. No hits, no runs by the Pacers that inning, but they do lead it after 2. 1-0. To the top of the third we go. Philip Berger looking for his third straight 1-2-3 inning here for the Pacers. The freshman right-hander will be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Connor Jelly, sophomore from Monrovia, Indiana, will get things started here in the top of the third here for Piedmont. Piedmont searching for their first hit of the day, as Jelly fouls this one off beyond the Piedmont dugout to get things started 0-1. Philip Berger, first 2 innings, 1-2-3 innings. So he goes for the third straight right here. This one will be fouled right here at the plate. A quick 0-2 hole already for Jelly. This one a breaking ball, not quite enough on the outside half. So that'll be ruled ball number 1 for Berger. Now this one hit right back to Berger. Berger fields the flip to first base in time, and there's out number 1. Devin Stefanski, catcher for today, Piedmont. He'll get things going here with 1 out and nobody on in the top half of the 3rd. Berger 23 pitches so far, as 24 will be way off the plate here for the opening pitch to Stefanski. Now this one fouled straight back. That'll even the count at 1-1. This one skied in the infield, as Alex Seaton will call off Berger, as it looked like Berger was about to take control and just call that one and catch it himself right there at the base of the mound. But Alex Seaton, second baseman for the Pacers, will call him off last minute, and there's out number 2. Harrison Trawick will head up to the plate. He had a solo bomb last night to the right field corner, as now he'll ground out here, and another 1-2-3 inning for Philip Berger, as he's got the Piedmont pride, hitless through 3. To the bottom half of the 3rd we go. Pacers look to add to that 1-0 lead, and we'll see if they'll do it right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Back to the top of the lineup we'll go here in the bottom half of the 3rd. Leadoff man for the Pacers, Gavin Taylor. Also the Pacer right fielder will get things started off. Taylor 1 for 1 in his first trip around, as he was that one and only run to cross the plate so far this afternoon for the Pacers. He'll take a breaking ball, strike number 1 from Valeroy. Valeroy with a nice 1-2-3 inning in the last half for the Pacers. Pitch number 2 to Taylor. Another breaking ball, and this one catches even less of the plate than the first. So he may have got the benefit of the doubt there from the blue. So that'll be an 0-2 quick hole for Gavin Taylor, Pacer right fielder. Third pitch from Valeroy. Similar spot as the last called strike, only this one a fastball instead of a breaking ball. It'll be ruled ball number 1. As Taylor's in a nice 1-2 count. Payoff pitch to Taylor, fouled straight back. Count will stay right where it is at 1-2. Payoff pitch to Taylor. This a change up, and it'll be on the outer corner, as Taylor not liking that call at all. Pretty much all of the strikes he took there in that AB on the low outside corner, getting just the, or Valeroy just getting the benefit of the doubt right there. So open this inning just how he left off the second inning. Strikeout looking there for Gavin Taylor, out number 1. So it'll bring Kyle Loki, third baseman for the Pacers, to the plate. He bunted for a single in his last trip to the plate. He'll take ball number 1 right here. So that'll get away from the catcher, Stefanski. It was Jackson behind the plate last night for Piedmont, as Jackson had a nice solo bomb as he was one of 2 back-to-back homers for Piedmont last night, leading to that 8-3 win by Piedmont. So this one will be taken for ball 2 from Loki. Nice 2-0 count in favor of the Pacer third baseman. Nobody on, 1 man out, following the strikeout for Gavin Taylor. Payoff pitch, Loki takes ball number 3. As Valeroy in danger of a 1-out 4-0 walk. Tyshawn Barrett, Pacer first baseman, would be next. He singled as well in his last trip to the plate. Loki takes a strike on the outer half. Still a 3-1 count in favor of Loki. (3-1) pitch inside, may have even grazed Loki, but regardless, that'll be ball number 4, putting Loki on first with 1 out, bringing up Tyshawn Barrett. Barrett 1 for 1 so far. He's got an RBI, as he was the one to drive in that one and only run for the Pacers so far when he drove in Gavin Taylor following his single to left field. First pitch to Barrett, low and away. So it'll be rolled strike number 1. Now pickoff move over to first base. Loki will slide right back in safely. Next pitch into the turf and away. So leaving the count to Barrett at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 man out, 1 man on first. Kyle Loki at first following the 1-out walk. Now this one skied into shallow center field, as Ballstat will take that one near the right side of the gap. There's out number 2. Kyle Loki will stay right where he is at first base, and that'll bring up shortstop Hunter Ward. Valeroy, 41 pitches so far, as Loki on the move. No throw from Stefanski, as Loki will swipe second. Meanwhile, at the plate, that'll be taken for strike number 1. 0-1 count now for Hunter Ward. So now Coach Scaly will come out and have a quick word with Valeroy. Meanwhile, we'll take a short break here on the Pacer Sports Network. Following the quick mound visit from head coach of the Piedmont Pride, Justin Scaly, it'll be an 0-1 count to Pacer shortstop Hunter Ward. Ward with a sacrifice. Ground out in his last trip as he'll swing through, and that'll be strike number 2 for Ward. Oh-2 pitch to Ward. This one off the plate by about a half a foot. And that'll be ruled ball number 1 for the Pacers shortstop. Kyle Loki in scoring position at second base following stealing on the first pitch of the AB to Ward. Jacob Valeroy, next pitch. In his third inning of work here on the mound for Piedmont, this will be low and away for ball number 2, evening the count at 2-2. Logan Barber on deck if Ward could extend the inning. Valeroy sets, and he'll take a quick look over at Loki at second. So just do a quick spin move, no throw. Now another spin move from Valeroy, trying to keep Loki close at second, following him stealing second just a few pitches ago to start the AB here for Pacers shortstop Hunter Ward. Two-two pitch low in the dirt. That'll make the count full. Good eye here from Hunter Ward to go from 0-2 to take it to a full count. So now the field umpire will rule a check swing. Pretty obvious call right there. Loki with 5 stolen bases on the season coming into today's game, and now a check swing way too far for Hunter Ward, and that will end the inning. No hits, just the walk to Loki, and no runs here for the Pacers after 3 innings. They lead it 1-0. Philip Berger, starting pitcher for the Pacers, working with 3 back-to-back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. We'll see what he can do with inning number 4 when we come back on the Pacers Sports Network. Wes Snyder will lead things off here in the top half of the 4th, as he is the leadoff man in today's lineup for Piedmont. Piedmont hitless through 3 and through their first trip through the lineup, as Snyder sends this one back up the middle, and there is hit number 1 of the day for Piedmont. Right fielder Wes Snyder from Statham, Georgia, Puts the first crooked number in that Piedmont hit column. That'll bring Duke Wadetsky to the plate here for the second time today. 0 for 1 in his first trip into the box. He'll swing through strike number 1. Wadetsky got things started in the hit column last night for Piedmont. So now he'll try and follow up Wes Snyder, who's just done that exact thing here today. It's now a pickoff to Snyder. Snyder slides back in safely. Quick check on Snyder. Deal to the plate. That'll be strike number 2. Now an 0-2 hole for Wadetsky, second baseman for Piedmont. And now a second pickoff move. Snyder gets back in safely at first, as Berger will keep him close. Berger, 28 pitches so far through 3 innings of work, had Piedmont hitless up till the previous at-bat when Snyder got things on the board in the hit column for Piedmont. He gets his secondary lead. Now a soft grounder hit out to shortstop. Ward Fields on the run throw and gets it. And that'll be out number 1. Meanwhile, Snyder will move up to second base in scoring position. Pacers leading here in the top half of the 4th, 1-0. Tyler Sheely will be the next hitter for Piedmont as he'll square up to bunt. He'll put one down the third base line. Loki fields and doesn't even make a throw. There's a quick bunt for a single there for Sheely. Piedmont left fielders. Now he's into the hit column, and he's got hit number 2 of both the inning and the game here for Piedmont. So now they've got men at the corners. One man 90 feet away in scoring position at third, Wes Snyder, with first baseman Jonathan Burkett, a senior for Piedmont, coming up to the plate as he will try and tie this thing up at 1 apiece. Pacers leading currently 1-0. First pitch to Burkett off the plate, and Berger gets the benefit of the doubt there as he gets ahead 0-1. Still men at the corners as Sheely gets a little antsy over there at first base. Berger will step off. No throws to either bag. Berger sets. Comes to the plate. This one chopped up to Ward. No play at the plate. He'll get the routine play at first. And Piedmont has tied it up at 1-1 here in the top half of the 4th. Sheely will move up to second in scoring position. That'll bring the DH Whitmer and the 5-hole hitter for Piedmont up to the plate. Following the ground out by Burkett that plates that first run of the day for Piedmont, tying things at 1 apiece. So now Berger will deal strike number 1. Pitch number 2 of the AB. This one ripped down the line. Nice slide play by Tyshawn Barrett. And Barrett will just tag the base to end the inning. 2 hits this inning for Piedmont will plate 1 run as they've tied things up here after the top half of the 4th. 1-1. Pacers coming to the plate, and to the bottom of the 4th will go right here on the Pacers Sports Network. It'll be Barber, Proctor, and Seaton here in the bottom half of the 4th. It'll be Barber, Proctor, and Seaton here from Holly Springs. Barber 0 for 1, striking out in his first AB, and he'll take strike number 1 right here. A little bit low and away, but it'll be Valeroy back out on the mound to get the benefit of the doubt in his 4th inning of work. Opening pitch. It's now another pitch, similar location as well, and that'll get Barber swinging for 0-2. Payoff pitch, Barber takes, and he's going to go down looking. All 3 of those pitches in the same spot. First one Barber took, second one swings through and misses, and the third he'll take for strike number 3, and there's out number 1 here for Valeroy. See, picks off on a nice note here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 ball game. Pacers scoring that 1 run in the first when Tyshawn Barrett had a nice RBI single to left field that drove in Gavin Taylor. Piedmont scoring their 1 run last inning, or last half inning, I should say, as Proctor takes strike number 1. 1 out, nobody on here for Peace. Proctor struck out in his first at bat, leaving 2 men on with that strikeout. So now he'll foul strike number 2 off over the Pacer dugout. (0-2) pitch to Proctor, up and away. Nowhere close to the zone there, and that'll put things at 1-2, still in favor of Valeroy here in a nice pitcher's count. Alex Seaton, second baseman for the Pacers, on deck. So the 1-2 pitch is going to be fouled to the left side and out of play. So Valeroy will get a fresh pearl, and we'll do this thing again here at 1-2. For the Pacers' 6-hole hitter in the DH, both today and most of the season so far, Tate Proctor, and he'll swing through a high fastball as Valeroy fans Proctor here for out number 2. First out, he got Logan Barber looking. Second one, he gets Tate Proctor swinging. It's now second baseman Alex Seaton will head up to the plate. Seaton 3 for 3 with an RBI. In yesterday's contest, 0 for 1 so far in this game. So take ball number 1 there, a bit high and away. Seaton flew out in his last trip to the box. Now there's strike number 1 taken to even the count, 1-all. A ball and a strike with 2 outs and no men on here for Alex Seaton. Seaton, a transfer in last season from Barton College. Seaton hit in the high 200s total last season for the Pacers. As he's off to a nice 282 solid average as he drills one to left field. But it'll be Sheely out there and left on the move. And that'll conclude inning number 4 here from Ting Park. 1-1 your score. To the top half of the 5th we go. A nice tight one here in Holly Springs. You're listening to the Pacer Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pacer Sports Network. Be the center fielder Ballstack. Try and get things going here in the top half of the 5th. 1-1 ball game. Pacers scoring their first run of the contest in the bottom of the 1st. Piedmont doing the same in the top half of the 4th last inning. Pacers with 3 hits, Piedmont with 2. No errors by either side as Ballstack will take ball number 1. Ball outside and high. Ballstack 0 for 1 in his first trip to the plate. However, he sends one out to right field into the gap, and there's a single, and now it'll be a double as Ballstack comes around second, headed to third. Throw from Seaton, the cutoff man, not in time. As Ballstack leads things off with a not even a stand-up triple. He slides in, throw way too late, but a nice leadoff triple there from Carter Ballstack, the sophomore center fielder from Gainesville, Georgia. And just like that, Piedmont's go-ahead run 90 feet away at third base following the leadoff triple from Carter Ballstack. Second hitter of the inning for Piedmont, it'll be Jelly. So he'll take strike number 1. Philip Berger in inning number 5 of work. This one low and away. That'll be ball number 1, evening the count. 1-1 with nobody out. A man on third. This one way too inside. As Connor Jelly will just get out of the way. Now he's in a nice hitter's count with 2-1 as he'll look to just probably try and put something in play and try and score ball stat from third. Corners in here for the Pacers. Middle guys are still back in regular position. As now those guys in the middle will now head in. So all the infielders playing in to try and cut down ball stat, trying to score from third with a 2-2 count following the foul ball from Jelly, as now he'll do the same back-to-back times, fouling this one towards the Piedmont dugout. So we'll do it again. Philip Berger, last week's USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week, following a complete game shutout, 7-0 over Mary Washington 2 weekends ago. He throws ball number 3 right here. Berger, freshman from Cedar Ridge High School, and he throws the 3-2 pitch, and that's going to be into the hole as Seton dives, can't get it. Ball stat will score easily, and Piedmont has taken a 2-1 lead. Jelly with an RBI single here in the top half of the 5th. So it'll be hit number 4 for Piedmont, bringing up catcher Devin Stefanski, the freshman from Effingham, Georgia. Now pitching coach for the Pacers, Dylan Finks, will come out and have a quick word with Berger, and we'll take a short break here on the Pacers Sports Network. Jelly, with an RBI single, gives Piedmont the lead 2-1 in the top half of the 5th. Following the mound visit, it'll be catcher Stefanski trying to make something happen here as Berger will pick off to first. Jelly will get back in safely. Stefanski 0 for 1 in his first trip to the plate. He flew out. So now he squares for a bunt, gets the bunt down, and it'll be in foul territory just behind the plate. As Berger gets ahead here, 0-1. Now another pick move over to first base. Jelly gets back in again. Barrett loses the handle of this one, but it'll stay right there by the bag. So Jelly for Stefanski. Jelly will move. It's now one man out. Trewick 0 for 1 so far today. Grounded out his last time up. First pitch to Trewick. That'll be swung on and missed, a bit high in the zone. Berger's thrown close to 50 pitches, about 48 to be exact, so far through 4 1/3 inning. So now this second one will be a little low and away, swung on and missed. Good job by Berger to get ahead here 0-2. And now swung on and missed as Norris keeps this one in front and tags Trewick. So that'll be out number 2. Jelly will stay where he is at second. So now leadoff man Wes Snyder will head up to the plate. As he's 1 for 2 today. He scored one of those 2 runs for Piedmont. Scored that run in his last trip up to the plate. So fouled this one off, getting Berger ahead 0-1. Nice ratio here as far as pitches and strikes for Berger. Through about 51 pitches, he's thrown 37 strikes. So now this one just enough off the plate to be ruled ball number 1, evening the count at 1-1. 2 outs and a man on second. Jelly out there at second base, following the sacrifice bunt from Stefanski 2 ABs ago. Now this one hit sharply to shortstop. Ward Fields throws. Throw a bit low. Tyshawn Barrett digs it out, and there's out number 3. As Piedmont has 2 back-to-back innings, scoring 1 run, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and they lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Pacers coming to bat right here on the Pacers Sports Network. To the top of the Pacer lineup we go. Right fielder Gavin Taylor will get things going here in the bottom half of the 5th for the Pacers. Trailing 2-1. Gavin Taylor was that first and only run to cross the plate for the Pacers today. As Tyshawn Barrett, first baseman for the Pacers, was able to hit him across back in the first inning. First pitch here from Valeroy in his 5th inning of work on the mound for Piedmont. He'll get a strike on Gavin Taylor swinging up in the zone. Excuse me, this will be Jake Norris at the plate, Pacer catcher. 0-1 pitch from Valeroy to Norris. This will be skied over the Pacer dugout. That'll be strike number 2. So a quick 0-2 hole here for Norris. Nate Holt, Pacer center fielder, on deck, as Gavin Taylor will then follow him up as we go back to the top of the Pacer lineup. Norris 0 for 1 so far today. Oh, 0-2 pitch is high. Good job by Norris to spit on it. So now there'll be a ball in the ball column. 1-2 count. Nobody out, nobody on for the Pacers. Now this one fouled straight back towards the screen, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Jacob Valeroy has thrown 57 pitches. 37 of those pitches have been for strikes, so a very similar ratio there as Pacers starting pitcher Philip Berger. And overall, very tight game so far today. Both teams with fairly clean baseball so far through 5 innings. As Jake Norris will take ball number 2, 2-2. As Valeroy goes to the windup and deals a pitch, as Norris sends this out to right field, but it'll be Wes Snyder out there in right to take care of it. So Piedmont gets out number 1. That'll bring up center fielder Nate Holt. Nate Holt, the only senior in this Pacer lineup, from Sanford, North Carolina, a product of Grace Christian High School. So he'll square up to bunt, as this will be just foul down the third base line. Holt has spent all 4 of his years in college baseball here with your Pacers. So he's spent pretty much all of that time manning center field out there for the Pacers. Nate Holt, one of the speedier guys in this lineup. So hit with an 0-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Holt 0 for 1 so far when he flew out his first AB. It's now a timeout called by the umpire in the box. This one into the turf. Good job by Holt there. So he'll take it, and that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. This will be chopped down third base line. Jelly Fields gets it across. And there's 2 quick outs here for the Pacers. Norris flying out to right for out number 1. Nate Holt grounds out to third for out number 2. And now we'll go back to the Pacer top of the lineup. Gavin Taylor up to the plate. Taylor 1 for 2. So he's got that one and only run of the 5th with 2 outs. Valeroy comes to Gavin. Gavin Taylor will foul this one over the Piedmont dugout. 0-1 count. One pitch into the turf. So that'll even things up at 1-1. Third pitch of the AB. Into the turf, just like the last pitch, and that'll put things in Taylor's favor here at 2 balls and 1 strike. This one a bit up in the zone, so now Taylor in complete control at 3 balls and 1 strike. Taylor 1 for 3 yesterday. He scored a run as well yesterday. He's got 1 today also. So Valeroy will go through his 3-1 windup. This one up in the zone, same as the last pitch, and that'll be a 2-out walk, sending Gavin Taylor up the first base line. That'll bring Kyle Loki, Pacer third baseman, to the plate. Loki 1 for 3 yesterday. It's 1 for 1 so far today. Singling by a bunt in his first AB. He walked in his last. Stole a base as well. So he's got 6 stolen bases on the year, including the one here today. Now a pickoff move over to first. Taylor will slide back in safe. So Valeroy will keep him tight. This one into the turf, so that'll start things off 1-0, following the 2-out walk to Gavin Taylor. Taylor on the move. Throw from Stefanski. As now Taylor will take third as the throw gets away from the second baseman. As the throw from Stefanski looked to be in time, but it was a bit low into the turf, and it gets away from the shortstop Trawick, who was covering the bag. It's now just like that, Gavin Taylor 90 feet away at third base to be that tying run that would even things up at 2-2. So now Loki will hit with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. Valeroy, 1-1 pitch. This one low into the turf. Check swing from Loki. And the umpire will say Loki went around. So now he's in a 1-2 hole. This one swung on and missed. And a good job from Jacob Valeroy. Following the two-out walk. And Gavin Taylor getting all the way around to third base. The potential tying run here in the bottom of the fifth. But a good job from Valeroy to come through and get the strikeout on Kyle Loki. And that'll end 5 innings of play here from Ting Park in Holly Springs. Your Pacers trailing 2-1 as we head to the top half of the sixth right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Second baseman Wadetsky will get things started here in a game that's really kind of flown by as we are already in the top half of the sixth, as that is what clean baseball will do. Here as Berger takes the mound for inning number 6. This one hit sharply down third base line. Loki boots it, keeps it in front, but it'll be called foul number 1 and strike number 1 to get things started in the sixth. 0-1 count here for Wadetsky. Piedmont leading 2-1. So now this one chopped to third again. Well in play. Loki fields, throws, and gets the out in time to Tyshawn Barrett over at first base. There's out number 1. Berger, 56 pitches so far. He's only given up 4 hits. 2 runs, both of them earned. No errors by the Pacers nor by Piedmont. Just a clean game overall. 2-1 ball game. Piedmont leading in the top of the sixth here with 1 out. This one in there for strike number 1. Good spot there by Philip Berger, last week's USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week. Now this one roped down first base line. A really close call going in favor of the Pacers there for the foul ball. Tyshawn Barrett, who dove, wasn't able to get there for a ball that really looked like he was on the fair side of the line as it passed by the first base bag, but will do it again after a loud strike number 2 right there. So now Sheely, the left fielder and the 3-hole hitter for Piedmont, in a quick 0-2 hole, following what he thought might be a nice double if he could have got down the line. So now this one will be into the turf. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sheely. Berger threw his windup, and there's ball number 2. This one off the plate and low. Evening the count with Sheely at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Berger with a quick pace here, comes back with another fastball. This one gets fouled behind the plate. So it'll just hit the net and fall straight back down into the field. Nothing there for catcher Jake Norris as this one just falls into the net. 2-2 count still. This one off the plate again, and that'll put the count at full. Sheely 1 for 2 so far today. He's got a single and a flyout. And now another single for Sheely as he'll rope this one to Gavin Taylor in right field. So now Sheely is 2 for 3. Following the 1-out single, and that'll bring Burkett, the first baseman, to the plate here for Piedmont. A little bit of action out in the Piedmont bullpen. As you could see, potentially a relief pitcher come in. We end up going to the top half of the 6th. But meanwhile, here in the bottom of the 5th, Berger will get ahead here of Burkett with a nice breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. 1 out, 1 man on, following Sheely's single to right field. Berger gives a few looks at Sheely at first. Now timeout in the box. Few looks from Berger. Berger deals, and this one low and away. Nice pitch on the low outer half of the corner. So now Burkett finds himself in an 0-2 hole with 1 out and a man on at first base. Now a pickoff move to first as Sheely gets in safely. Next pitch to Burkett. It'll be low and away. So now it'll be a 1-2 count. Burkett 0 for 2 so far here today. He does, however, have an RBI on one of his flyouts, as this one is sent to second base. Nothing there for Seaton at the second base bag. He'll just get the throw over to Tyshawn Barrett at first. And it'll be in time to get Burkett for out number 2. Sheely will move up to second base in scoring position meanwhile. But now 2 outs here for Berger and the Pacers on the defensive side of things as That'll bring the lefty and the DH and 5-hole hitter for Piedmont, Whitmer. James Whitmer, a freshman from Lilburn, Georgia. So now Berger will step off the mound. This one will be chopped down first base line, foul. Sheely will head back to the second base bag. One pitch swung on and missed. Nice breaking ball there from Berger to fall off the table and drop right under the barrel of Whitmer. Whitmer 0 for 2 so far today. He's left one runner on as well. Few looks from Berger out to Sheely at second. And now this one will be sent out to right field in no man's land. Sheely rounds third. He'll score. As Whitmer makes the turn, and he'll turn and go back to first. Content with an RBI single here with 2 outs in the top half of the 6th. As now this is 3 straight innings where Piedmont has dropped 1 run in. So they now lead it 3-1. All 3 of those runs coming in the last back-to-back-to-back innings. That'll bring Carter Ballstat to the plate. Center fielder for Piedmont, hitting with 2 outs and a man on, following the 2-out single. This Ballstat will take ball number 1, a little bit low. Whitmer gets a secondary pitch to the plate as fouled. This one over to the right side. So leaving the count at 1-1. Berger takes a quick look and picks off as Whitmer was getting a little jumpy out there at first base. Whitmer will slide back in safely here with 1-1 and 2 outs, top half of the 6th. Piedmont leading it 3-1. As Berger comes set, takes a look, and now picks over again 2 times back-to-back. So Whitmer will get back in safely yet again. Next pitch, low for a strike. Nice pitch and good spot there by Berger. It's now count in favor of Berger. A nice pitcher's count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes as Carter Ballstat, who's 1 for 2 with a run, sprays one to right field, but it'll carry long enough and get to Gavin Taylor for out number 3 as Whitmer was on the move during the pitch. And that'll end the top half of the 6th. Piedmont, another run. They've scored all 3 of those runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, putting a run up in each of those 3 innings. Pacers haven't scored since the bottom of the 1st, so they look to add to that score and try and get back into this thing as we head to the bottom of the 6th right here on the Pacers Sports Network.
Sports Network.
Well, as predicted, based on the movement out in the Piedmont bullpen in the last half inning, it'll be a relief pitcher out the first one of the day, as Valeroy will complete his day on the mound for Piedmont following 5 innings of work. He got 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, gave up 3 hits and only 1 run coming in the first inning. Through 75 pitches. And now on the mound, Ryan Cox, a right-hander from Cumming, Georgia, will take over here for Piedmont on the mound in the bottom half of the 6th. So now he'll open things up with a first pitch ball and a second pitch dead ball here for Tyshawn Barrett, Pacer first baseman and 3-hole hitter, as the Pacers lead things off in the 6th with a man on that'll bring Hunter Ward, Pacers shortstop, up to the plate as they trail here 3-1 from Team Park in Holly Springs. As the Pacers try and crawl back in and even this series at 1 apiece following last night's loss in Game 1, 8-3. Pacers working with a 1-3 conference record following last night's loss, as this will be pitch taken for a ball. So the count will get ahead in favor of Ward. Tyshawn Barrett on first base for the Pacers following the hit by pitch. Cox will come set. Barrett on the move. Throw not in time, and it gets through both middle infielders. Barrett will take third with ease, and just like that, Pacers have run number 2, 90 feet away in scoring position. Throw from Stefanski, not in time, and it was a little off to the second base side of the second base bag as it got through both the second baseman and the shortstop covering and went into center field. That's actually the second time today that Stefanski has thrown down, and it got through both the second and shortstop. So now this one will be fouled off to the right. Hunter Ward, Pacers shortstop here, hitting with 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes, no outs, and Tyshawn Barrett at third base, following stealing second and advancing to third on the wild throw to second base. Now this one's sent to second base. Barrett should score. No play at the plate. Routine throw over to first base will get Ward. And just like that, Pacers 1 run away from tying this thing here in the 6th. As the score will now advance to 3-2. Piedmont still on top by 1. And that'll bring Logan Barber to the plate, Pacer left fielder. This one a ball high to Barber. Already another arm up and getting loose in the Piedmont bullpen out in right field in the gap. So now this will be ball 2 to Barber, 2-0, nobody on. One man out following Tyshawn Barrett scoring on the RBI sac ground ball from shortstop Hunter Ward. Next pitch from Cox will be on the outside half. Nice spot from Cox, and that'll put the count at 2-1. Still in favor of Barber. Cox goes through the windup again, this one way too low into the turf. And now Barber in complete command of the AB, 3 balls and a strike. (3-1) pitch, swung on and fouled back off of the catcher Stefanski. And now it'll be a full count here to Logan Barber. This one fouled off and back just above the Piedmont dugout, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Cox will get a fresh pearl, and Logan Barber will step into the box here with 3-2, nobody on, one man out. Piedmont leading it 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Cox the pitch. This one skied out to right field, a little too much air under it, as the right fielder Snyder able to get there in plenty of time to make out number 2. To bring Gavin Wheeler to the plate. First pinch hitter of the day here for William Peace. First strike in there taken for Gavin Wheeler. Wheeler, probably one of the best pinch hitters off of the bench so far in 2020, as he's working with a .385 average. So now he'll check swing and hit this one right back to the pitcher, Cox. So now that'll be out number 3. So that'll do it for 6 innings of play. Both Peace and Piedmont get 1 run apiece this inning. Piedmont still on top 3-2 as we head to the top of the 7th here from Ting Park in Holly Springs. We want to thank you for joining us right here on the Pacers Sports Network. To the 7th we go. Philip Berger back on the mound for the Pacers in inning number 7 of work for him. Last week's USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week following his performance against Mary Washington, going the distance in the shutout, 7-0 in that game. That was game 2 of that series where the Pacers swept. So that was their second sweep and their second of 2 sweeps this season. So now this one will be popped in the right side. Well in play for Tyshawn Barrett. He'll call it and catch it. There's out number 1 with 1 pitch. here for Philip Berger in the top half of the 7th. Pacers trailing here 3-2. Piedmont has scored all three of their runs in each of the last 3 innings, scoring one in the 4th, one in the 5th, and one in the 6th. Pacers have scored both of their 2 runs kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum, scoring the first one in the bottom of the 1st and scoring that 2nd run last inning in the bottom of the 6th, as first pitch will be a strike here to the catcher Stefanski, and he'll foul this one back, 0-2. It's now 3 pitches into the inning. Berger, 1 pitch away from a quick out number 2. Berger through the windup, this one into the turf. Breaking ball dives right into the turf. That'll be ball number 1. Moving things to 1-2. 1 out, nobody on here for Piedmont. Stefanski 0 for 1 so far today. Berger goes through his windup yet again. This one low and away into the dirt again. Evening the count at 2-2. This piece tries to even the series here with Piedmont. 1 apiece. And now this one will be roped to left field in fair territory. Logan Barber. No play for him out there, as that's a 1-out single for the catcher. Devin Stefanski, the freshman from Effingham, Georgia, as now he'll be aboard with 1 out. So that'll bring Harrison Trawick back up to the plate. Trawick 0 for 2. He's got 1 strikeout on the day. Fairly quiet since last night's home run, as he was the second of 2 back-to-back home runs in the 4th inning of last night's contest. The Piedmont would eventually go on to win 8-3. They lead it here 3-2 in the top half of the 7th. Following the 1-out single from Stefanski. 0-1 count here following the foul ball from Trawick. He looks over from Berger. Berger goes to the plate. Now this one roped up the middle, and there's back-to-back singles, as Stefanski will stay at second. So the throw will come in to shortstop Hunter Ward. As there is hit number 8 on the day for Piedmont. And that'll bring pitching coach of the Pacers, Dylan Finkst, out to the mound, as we'll head back to the top of the Piedmont lineup. Wes Snyder, the right fielder, will be up next. Whether he'll face a new Pacer arm, looks like he will, as the Pacers are gradually coming out of the dugout to greet Berger. And it'll be a new arm coming in from the Pacer bullpen deep into the right field gap out there. So we'll take a short break here on the Pacers Sports Network. Pacers trailing 3-2, top half of the 7th, 1 out and 2 men aboard following back-to-back singles for Piedmont. It'll be Robbie Casey coming in for the first option out of the Pacer bullpen when we return right here on the Pacers Sports Network. It'll be Robbie Casey up first out of the Pacer bullpen here with 1 out and 2 men aboard. As we go back to the top of the Piedmont lineup, right fielder Wes Snyder will be the first hitter that Casey faces, as this will be the 5th appearance for Casey in 2020. He's thrown 6 total innings entering today's contest. Casey 0-1 so far as a starter, as this appearance will be as a reliever. Casey a transfer in last season from UNC Wilmington. And here we go for Casey, and he'll throw strike number 1 swinging, as Wes Snyder has a nice off-balance swing. Piedmont on top here, 3-2. A clean ball game here by both sides. Just a little bit more timely hitting for one than the other. That team being Piedmont, as they now have 2 men aboard, with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. This will be ball 1, evening the count at 1-1. Freshman right-hander Philip Berger will finish his day throwing 6 1/3 innings, finishing 82 pitches. So this next pitch will wait just a moment as umpire will call time in the box. Berger giving up 8 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 runs, all 3 earned for Piedmont, as no errors in this game by either side. This next pitch from Casey, a ball, 2-1. Casey comes set and gives a quick look out to second base. Darrow will be the pinch runner out at second base. Ethan Darrow, a junior from Noonan, Georgia, out there to pinch run for Piedmont. Casey comes set and deals a breaking ball, moving away from Snyder, as Snyder just fouls this back, as that'll take the count to 3-2. 2 men aboard following back-to-back 1-out singles here in the top of the 7th. Piedmont on top 3-2. As Casey will go for his first punch-out of the day. Deals this one, a ground ball into the hole. Darrow took a hard turnaround third, but a good throw in from Gavin Taylor to the plate will send Darrow right back to third base. But meanwhile, Piedmont will load the bases back-to-back singles here. 2 of those coming from starter Philip Berger. 3rd of those coming off of Robbie Casey in his first batter faced out of the Pacer bullpen. And now with bases loaded, that'll bring Duke Wadetsky to the plate. Wadetsky 0 for 3 so far. The Piedmont second baseman's got 2 ground outs and a flyout. And a good opportunity to do some damage here. Piedmont already leading 3-2, but this could be a good opportunity for them to separate themselves here late in the top half of the 7th. Wadetsky down 0-1 following a taken strike from Casey. Casey sets, takes a peek at Darrow at third, and deals a nice breaking ball that falls right into the zone as Wadetsky in a quick 0-2 hole. Casey 2 glances to Darrow at third, deals a ball outside. Count now at 1-2. Casey deals, and this one will be slapped to the right side, heading out of play. So it'll be over the wall out there in the right field corner in foul territory. As Casey will get a fresh ball, and we'll do this again at 1-2 strikes. 1 out, bases loaded here for Piedmont. They lead 3-2 here in Game 2 of this 3-game set. So now Wadetsky will call time in the box. This one low into the turf. Good job from Norris to keep this one out in front. As Darrow will stay where he is at third. Bases loaded as the count evens at 2-2 strikes. And now that'll plunk Wadetsky, and there's a hit by pitch, and that'll bring in run number 4. Putting Piedmont ahead here 4-2. So now Dylan Finks will come out, and we'll see a new pitcher out of the Pacer bullpen. As that hit by pitch will bring run number 4 across. Piedmont on top 4-2 here in the top of the 7th on the Pacer Sports Network. We'll take a short break as we'll see a new Pacer relief pitcher when we come back right here on the Pacer Sports Network. Braden Shea will take over on the mound following Casey's 2 batters. Casey, the first pitcher out of the Pacer bullpen. First one he faced was a single. Second one a hit by pitch that brought in run number 4. And that brings us to where we are now. Here in the top half of the 7th. Piedmont on top 4-2. First pitch from Shea, low and away. So it'll be Sheely at the plate. Sheely, the Piedmont left fielder and the 3-hole hitter here for the Pride as he skies one into the left field gap. Holt will make the catch, but Darrow, the pinch runner at third base for Piedmont, will score, and that'll be run number 5 as Piedmont takes a 5-2 lead here late in the top half of the 7th. It'll be 2 outs after the catch by Nate Holt out in the left field gap. Runners at first and second now. It'll be Wadetsky at first, Snyder at second in scoring position. And it'll be 4-hole hitter and first baseman Burkett to take to the box next. Burkett 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI on one of his 2 flyouts. He's grounded out as well. He'll take strike number 1 here from Shea. Shea, this will be his 5th appearance of 2020. All 4 of his appearances wins for the Pacers. This one's sent out to Nate Holt. And that'll be out number 3, ending the top of the 7th. The first inning of the 4 innings that Piedmont has scored, including this one. This is the first inning that they've scored more than 1. Scoring 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and now 2 in the top half of the 7th. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Pacers looking to get back into this. They trail 5-2. You're listening to the Pacers Sports Network. Welcome back out to Ting Stadium here in Holly Springs, North Carolina, the alternate home of your William Peace Pacers as they trail here in Game 2 against Piedmont 5-2. It'll be Alex Seaton, the second baseman, to take over and lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. 9 hits for Piedmont, 3 hits for William Peace so far. As Seaton will lead things off, looking at a ball high at eye level. Ryan Cox back out on the mound for inning number 2 of work as he's the first option out of the Piedmont bullpen. Pitch number 11, that'll be strike number 1. Evening things up here 1-1 for Seaton. Seaton drills one right back up the middle to the center fielder Ballstat, who has no play. And there's a leadoff single for Alex Seaton. Seaton was 0 for 3 prior to that. He went 3 for 3 with an RBI last night. And now he finally gets into the hit column here. So that'll bring catcher Jake Norris to the plate. So he'll square to bunt. He'll get it down on the right side. Cox will field it and flip it up to first base for out number 1. Meanwhile, Seaton will move up to second base and get in scoring position. So the Pacers try and get run number 3 across where they trail 5-2. Nate Holt, center fielder for the Pacers, who caught 2 fly balls patrolling center field last half of the inning. On the defensive side of the things for the Pacers, we'll see if he can make something happen here with a man on second. 1 out. First pitch into the dirt. to lead things off here with 1-0 count. Strike on the outside half. Nate Holt will just take. Not the pitch he was looking for right here, as he's got an opportunity to drive a man in scoring position. It'll be a 1-1 even count, 1 out, a man on, Seaton out at second base, following his leadoff single and a sac bunt from Jake Norris. Breaking ball into the zone, nice pitch there from Cox. As now Holt another breaking ball into the turf, this one low and away, evening the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one in the hole, and that's going to get through for another single. Here comes Seaton, and now he'll stay as Nate Holt takes second. Ball will roll all the way to the plate. So there's a nice 1-out single from Nate Holt. A single from Holt. He'll take second base on the throw in. Or he actually took second following the error as the left fielder left fielder Sheely mishandled the ground ball out there in left field, allowing Nate Holt to be able to take second, and now the Pacers have 2 men in scoring position. Relief pitcher number 2 for Piedmont coming up. When we return here in the bottom of the 7th, the Pacers trailing 5-2, but 2 men in scoring position with only 1 out, and we'll be right back on the Pacers Sports Network. Will Janowski will be the new pitcher out of the Piedmont bullpen. That'll be the second arm of the day out of the Piedmont bullpen, following Ryan Cox coming in and getting a little bit of action. Pacers trail 5-2. Gavin Taylor will be the leadoff man here for the Pacers. Pacers leadoff man in the lineup today. He'll be the third batter of the inning. He swings through and misses here. 2 men on following Nate Holt's 1-out single. Alex Seaton over at third. 2 men in scoring position here for the Pacers, and some timely hitting indeed as they trail here late 5-2. This one taken by Taylor into the turf. So that evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Janowski comes into today's appearance with a 0.82 ERA. He's got a 1-2 record. It's the next one close, but no call. So it'll be ruled ball number 2. 2-1 count now on Gavin Taylor. Looking to make some noise here late. Bottom of the 7th. Pacers trailing 5-2, but 2 men in scoring position with only 1 out for the Pacer leadoff man. This one spiked into the turf. Cameron Jackson, the new catcher behind the plate for Piedmont, able to keep this one in front. Jackson, the starting catcher for Piedmont last night, and was home run number 1 of 2 back-to-back home runs in the 4th inning of last night's game. So now this one's going to be slapped to shortstop. Seaton will score, throw across the... It's going to get Gavin Taylor, as Taylor can't believe the call. Regardless, it'll be an RBI there for Taylor. That'll be run number 3 for the Pacers, inching them a bit closer. 5-3 your score now. Another run in Nate Holt. 90 feet away in scoring position at third. And if you were going to have somebody on this Pacer roster to be that guy at third, as far as speed is concerned, it would be center fielder Nate Holt. So now Gavin Wheeler will Kyle Loki will be the guy to take pitch number 1 for a strike, the lefty third baseman, who's got a single already today. Tyshawn Barrett would be next if Loki could extend the inning. Pitch number 2, the AB out in front. Nate Holt will stay where he is, as Jackson able to keep that in front of the plate. Good job there from Jackson. Loki 1 for 2 so far today. He's been walked 1. He's also got a stolen base. This one low to the ground. Third base. And now safe. Loki plates run number 4. Getting the Pacers within 1 as he slaps one down the third base line. Third baseman Jelly not able to come up clean with the field. And then the throw across, way short, as it was a one-hopper across the diamond, not in time to get the speedy Kyle Loki, as he's got an RBI, plating run number 4. As Nate Holt's able to score from third base, and now a wild pitch getting past Jackson. That'll move Loki up to second base, as now the tying run in scoring position out at second base here in the bottom of the 7th. Big inning here for the Pacers to come alive. They scored their first run in the first and had goose eggs across the board until the 6th inning, last inning, where they scored 1 run, and now they've got 2 here in the 7th. Next pitch to Tyshawn Barrett. This one chopped up the third base line. Barrett might get there. The barehand throw, and Barrett is able to make it safely. No throw, the barehanded play. As now the Pacers have their tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. As the first baseman, Tyshawn Barrett, able to leg this one out to the point where the barehanded field wasn't able to even get a throw off at third base, as now that'll bring up shortstop Hunter Ward. With 2 men out, 2 men at the corners. Kyle Loki 90 feet away in scoring position. He is the tying run. Pacers trailing here 5-4. First pitch to Ward. That'll be inside, a breaking ball for strike number 1 taken. Janofsky sets and deals another fastball, this one away and low. Janofsky, the second relief pitcher out of the Piedmont bullpen, now has Hunter Ward, Pacers shortstop, down to 0-2 with 2 outs. It's now Tyshawn Barrett. It's now Barrett caught in the middle between first and second. Shortstop will just see him back to the bag. As Barrett was trying to get caught out there in the middle between first and second to maybe see if he could get Loki in from third. But the Piedmont shortstop Trawick will just see him right back to first base. So still men at the corners here. Next pitch low, swung on and missed by Ward. And that will end the 7th, but a productive 7th nonetheless. Pacers now within 1, 5-4 through 7 innings. They plate 2 runs there. To the top half of the 8th will go here from Ting Stadium in Holly Springs. Pacers closer than they were to begin the 7th. They only trail 1 now, 5-4. We'll be right back on the Pacer Sports Network. James Whitmer, freshman lefty, will be the leadoff man here for Piedmont. In the top half of the 8th, they lead at 5-4 as Jay Montgomery will now take to the mound in relief here for the Pacers in the 8th inning. He did get an inning, or he got a third of an inning in last night in the loss to Piedmont in Game 1 of this 3-game series. So now this one's going to be grounded to Barrett at first base. Barrett will just take the bag himself, and there's out number 1 for Montgomery. Montgomery threw a third of an inning last night, giving up 1 run, 1 run earned. He did walk 2 as well. Able to get 1 flyout in last night's contest, as he'll come here with 1 out and lead things off in the second AB of the inning. With a nice first pitch strike to Carter Ballstat, the Piedmont center fielder. Next pitch from Montgomery. This one into the turf and away. That'll put the count at 2 balls and a strike. Next one chopped down first base line. Foul. Ball stat, the 2-2 pitch. As he fouls it, it'll be ruled fair right in front of the catcher, Jake Norris. And there is a quick out number 2 here for Jake Montgomery in inning number 8. Connor Jelly will be hitter number 3 here for Piedmont. They lead at 5-4. A 0-1 pitch on the outside, but that's going to be ruled a ball, evening things up at 1-1. One pitch from Montgomery, a breaking ball in there, but not quite enough, as that'll be ruled ball number 2. So now the count in favor of Jelly, 2 balls and a strike. 2 men out and nobody on here for Piedmont. Top half of the 8th. This one on the outside, and that'll be called strike number 2, evening things up at 2-2. Now this one line, and that'll be right to Hunter Ward to put this one away for out number 3. So after 8 innings, Pacers trail 5-4. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 8th. Pacers trailing 1, looking to crawl back in. They scored 2 in the last inning. We'll see if we can do the same right here as we head to the bottom of the 8th, right here on the Pacers Sports Network. Logan Barber will lead things off here for the Pacers in the bottom half of the 8th. They trail 5-4. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 6th, and 2 last inning in the 7th. As they look to continue this run that they've had, as they've scored in each of the last 2 innings. Logan Barber will take ball number 1. Janofsky, still on the mound for Piedmont, will deal ball number 2 as Barber gets ahead here 2-0 and a nice hitter's count. Barber 0 for 3. He struck out twice as he looks to change his fortunes right here. Next pitch, roped in between short and third. A dive from Trawick, not in time. As Barber's aboard now with the leadoff single, and is also the tying run. Pacers trailing 5-4. And now Coach Scaly of Piedmont will come have a word with the umpire. Potentially some type of substitution right here. As now a player will head out of the Piedmont dugout. It'll be Cameron James, a senior outfielder from Woodstock, Georgia. It looks like he will take over at center field in place of Carter Ballstat, who looks like he will come in and take over on the mound in place of Janofsky. Here in the bottom half of the eighth, nobody out. Logan Barber, a leadoff single as the Pacers look to try and get back into this thing. They trail 5-4. Logan Barber is that tying run at first base. Carter Ballstat taking over on the mound for Piedmont when we come back on the Pacers Sports Network. Carter Ballstat, sophomore from Gainesville, Georgia, will come in from center field. And he'll take over on the bump here for Piedmont, still leading 5-4. However, Logan Barber ahead. As now Gavin Wheeler will square to bunt. Logan Barber will go back to where he started at first base. He is the tying run for the Pacers here in the bottom of the eighth. Ballstat has got a 1-0 record as a pitcher, as a starting pitcher anyway. He's got a 1.80 ERA. Seven strikeouts and 5 walks on his line so far this season. So now he'll come set for the 0-1 pitch to Wheeler. Wheeler squares to bunt, pulls back, and that'll be a strike on the outside half. So now Wheeler finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Wheeler in his second AB today. So he is a pinch hitter. He grounded out his last trip to the plate. (0-2) pitch to Wheeler. This one well off the plate and taken for ball number 1 as Gavin Wheeler looks to keep things alive here with Barber at first base, the tying run. Pacers trail right now 5-4 in the bottom of the eighth. Nobody out yet. Wheeler, who's been one of the better pinch hitters, if not the best pinch hitter so far this season for the Pacers, gets a nice bunt down third base line. Ballstat to pitcher Fields. Makes the play at first, but the sac bunt successful from Gavin Wheeler, as that'll move Logan Barber into scoring position at second base. The tying run as the Pacers trail here late in the bottom of the eighth. One man gone. Pacers trailing 5-4. Alex Seaton will take over in the box. This will be the third hitter of the inning here for the Pacers. First pitch low, in there for a strike. Good spot there for Ballstat. Seaton 1 for 3. He singled in his last at bat. He's also one of those 4 runs to cross the plate for the Pacers as he takes ball number 1 low. Both pitches to Seaton low. First one a strike. First one a strike. Second one right there a ball. 1-1 count for Seaton. 1 man out. And Logan Barber in scoring position at second. Seaton takes a ball high, putting the count in his favor now at 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch, Seaton takes one to the right field gap, and that should score Barber. As Seaton's on his way to second, Barber scores, and Seaton has tied it up in the bottom of the 8th, 5-all, with a stand-up double and 1 out. Plating Barber following Barber's leadoff single this inning. As now Seaton is 2 for 4 on the day. He now has a run and an RBI, responsible for 2 of those 5 runs. It's now Coach Duty will call a quick time as Logan Barber will sprint out towards the Pacer bullpen following scoring that tying run, as he'll likely get loose to come in and try and close the game, assuming the Pacers can take the lead right here with 1 out and a man in scoring position at second base following the 1-out RBI double from Alex Seaton that tied this thing up. It'll be Jake Norris at the plate, 1 man out, 1 man on. And now this one will be skied out to left field, as just Seaton will hold near the bag. He will not tag, as there's out number 2. Bringing up senior center fielder Nate Holt. A big turn of events here in the last handful of innings for the Pacers, scoring in each of the last 3 innings, including this one. 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and now 1 so far this inning in the 8th, as Holt swings through a breaking ball, fooled, as Ballstat gets ahead here 0-1. 2 outs, Seaton on second. He is the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. This one low and away. That'll even the count at 1-1 here for Nate Holt. Holt, the senior center fielder on this Pacer squad. Holt's 1 for 3 so far today. He has scored one of those 5 runs for the Pacers as he flies this one in the right side foul territory, and it'll be out of play. So now he's in a 1-2 hole. 2 outs. Alex Seaton, the go-ahead run, in scoring position at second. 5-5, bottom of the 8th. Carter Ballstat trying to get out of this jam. Piedmont center fielder coming in as a relief pitcher just a couple of hitters ago. So now he comes set, deals. Seaton on the move to third. This one in the left field corner and out of play, as that would have been a massive break here for Holt, as it did not appear that the Piedmont left fielder was going to get there in time. However, it'll just be a loud strike. Count 1-2. Ballstat sets and deals, and this one fouled straight back by Holt, and he'll stay alive at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a man on second, the go-ahead run, and here's the pitch. And this will be chopped to third. And just in time to get Holt, as Holt, one of the faster players on this Pacers squad, motoring down the line, but the throw beats him by about a step, or maybe even a step and a half. However, the damage done by the Pacers as they've knotted this thing up at 5 apiece after 8 innings of play, scoring 1 run this inning, the one-tying run. So now we'll likely see Logan Barber come in and make the transition from left field to the mound. We'll take a short break. Top of the 9th coming in from Ting Stadium in Holly Springs. Pacers tied up 5-5. First pitch in there for a strike. It'll be Logan Barber to make the transition from left field to the mound here for the Pacers. So now this one will be sent right back up the middle. So now Cameron Jackson is aboard with a leadoff single, as that is the go-ahead run for Piedmont here in the top half of the 9th. If you're just joining us, the Pacers tying this thing up last half of the inning in the bottom of the 8th. 5-all. Piedmont has not scored since the 7th, when they had a 2-run top half of the 7th, as Pacers bullpen did a good job in the 8th to hold Piedmont to 0. Now Jackson, the catcher, will find himself aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th. Harrison Trawick will square to bunt, and he'll pull back. This will be ruled ball number 1, with Kyle Loki crashing from third base. Trawick, who homered in Piedmont's win last night in Game 1. Trawick squares to bunt again. He pulls back again, and that'll be ball 2. Trawick is ahead here 2-0. Jackson, the runner at first, following his leadoff single. Nobody out just yet. As Barber sets, Loki crashes from third. And now that'll be ruled strike number 1, a bit high and away. So the umpire opened the zone just a bit. Trawick squares again. This time he'll go for the bunt and miss, and just like that, Barber evens it back up 2-2 following two back-to-back strikes, one taking, one swinging. Two-two pitch on the outside half, but doesn't get it. And that'll be a full count for Harrison Trawick, sophomore from Brunswick, Georgia, hitting with the go-ahead run for Piedmont on first, and now a walk. We'll put two men on here for Piedmont, as Jackson will move up to second. Trawick will move to first, and that'll bring a leadoff hitter Wes Snyder in for Piedmont. Peace looking to knot the series up at 1-1. Following last night's loss in Game 1, 8-3, is now a bunt from Snyder. Gets it down, and Barber will just field and throw as Seaton will cover the first base bag as first baseman Tyshawn Barrett will crash in for the bunt. And that'll be a successful sac bunt for Snyder. So now two men in scoring position here for Piedmont. One man out. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. Cameron Jackson at third. Harrison Trawick at second. And it'll be Duke Wadetsky at the plate. And now he'll square to bunt and will foul it straight back. Wadetsky 0 for 3 today, but he does have an RBI on one of his flyouts earlier in the game. One of the 5 runs that Piedmont has accumulated this game. It's 5-5, top ninth. Next pitch swung on and missed as Barber gets ahead here 0-2 and loses the throw back from the catcher, but luckily Harrison Trawick just will stay where he is. I don't even know if he saw the missed throw. Barber will go through his windup. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and a big out for Barber. And a big out number 2. Still two men on for Piedmont. That'll bring Zach Swindle to the plate. He'll be a pinch hitter here for Piedmont. Barber through his windup, swing on and miss by Swindell. Swindell hitting with two men in scoring position. Jackson at third, Trawick at second. Next pitch of the AB, swung on and missed again, 2 back-to-back. As now Swindell in danger of going down on strikes with 2 men in scoring position, 2 men out. A big out if Barber can get it. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Barber! Barber comes in the clutch, going from left field to the mound. Not to mention he was the tying run last inning for the Pacers that knotted this thing up at 5 apiece. And that's exactly what it'll be heading to the bottom of the ninth. Pacers heading to the plate to try and win this thing and tie the series at 1-1. We'll be right back heading to the bottom of the ninth on the Pacer Sports Network. Carter Ballstat, Piedmont center fielder, and as of last inning, Piedmont relief pitcher, will continue on the mound here in the bottom of the ninth. To the top of the Pacer lineup we go. Gavin Taylor will be the hitter at the plate, as Peace will look to go for the win here, tied at 5. They tied it last inning. The one and only run they scored last inning was the tying run. As now Taylor gets ahead here on the right note, taking ball number 1. Second pitch to Taylor. This one fouled away, heading towards the Piedmont dugout and out of play. That'll even the count at 1-1. Next pitch to Taylor. This one high, getting away from the catcher Jackson, as that'll move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Gavin Taylor, Pacer leadoff man, getting ahead in this AB, the opening AB of the bottom of the ninth. Pacers and Piedmont tied 5-all, as that'll be a fastball in the zone, evening the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch from Ballstat to Taylor. This one into the turf. Good eye by Taylor, and it's a full 3-2 count. Full count pitch. This one will be sliced off and out of play for Gavin Taylor. So stay alive here, 3-2. Three-two pitch. This one fouled off. Taylor 1 for 3. He's got an RBI and a run. And now he'll chop this one down third base line out of play. 3 straight fouls. So he'll stay alive here. Bottom of the ninth. Nobody out, nobody on here for Peace as they go for the win, as we are all knotted up at 5 apiece. Three-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Taylor. As there's a big out number 1 for Carter Ballstat of Piedmont. So that'll bring 2-hole hitter and third baseman for the Pacers, Kyle Loki, to the plate. Loki 1 for 3. First pitch to Loki. It'll be in there high in the zone, but in the zone nonetheless, and it'll be strike number 1. Loki's walked and he's struck out as well. He's also got a stolen base way earlier in the game. So Loki will take and even the count, 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Ballstat to Loki. This one will be off the outside half of the plate, putting the count in Loki's favor now. 2 balls and a strike, 1 man out. Following Gavin Taylor going down swinging after a long battle to open the bottom half of the ninth with Ballstat. And now a swing and a miss by Loki. So it'll even the count at 2-2. Nobody on here yet for the Pacers. So we're all tied up at 5-5 here in the bottom of the ninth. Two-two pitch. In the zone. Nice pitch from Ballstat, as he's got back-to-back strikeouts. First one swinging, Gavin Taylor, This one looking on just a great breaking ball that just fell off the table into the zone. As there's 2 outs for Piedmont, and Tyshawn Barrett will be the next hitter here for the Pacers. Barrett 2 for 3 so far. One of only 2 Pacers in the lineup today with more than 1 hit. So he'll take strike number 1. Barrett's got an RBI and a run. And now this one will be fouled off, and now Barrett in an 0-2 hole as Barrett tries to keep this inning alive. Pacers and Piedmont tied up at 5, bottom of the 9th. Is Ballstat 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning and 1 pitch away from sending us to extras. Here it is, and it's going to be fouled off. Barrett responsible for 2 of the 5 runs the Pacers have. One of them a run himself, and the other one he knocked in as an RBI. And now good eye by Barrett as he started to go around, but he lets that one just dive into the turf. So that'll be a 1-2 count. Ballstat goes to the windup. 1-2 pitch, low. Really good plate discipline from Barrett. Is that one just under the zone, and that'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. This one driven to the right field gap, and Barrett is aboard with 2 outs. He'll round first hard and get back to the bag, and now a wild throw to first base. Barrett will take second. He'll slide in and is now in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Is now shortstop Hunter Ward will head to the plate as he's responsible for one of those 5 runs by the Pacers as well. 2 of those runs coming from Gavin Taylor, both by a run himself and an RBI. The other 2 coming from Tyshawn Barrett, who just doubled by a run and an RBI. And Hunter Ward is the 5th of those with an RBI himself. As now he'll take strike 1 on the outer half. Following Barrett's 2-out single, and then Barrett able to take second following the wild throw as the outfielder attempted to try and throw Barrett out, getting back to first base, as it really wasn't even in a close place, and the throw well over the head of first baseman Mead. 0-1 pitch to Ward. This one out and low, and that'll even the count at 1-1. This pitch low and away as well, and that'll be ball 2. Putting the count in favor of Ward. 2 balls and a strike. 2 men out, 5-5, bottom of the 9th. Tyshawn Barrett at second base. The winning run, and now it's 3-1. Three-one pitch, and a check swing way too far, and now Hunter Ward has 2 strikes, 3-2 the count, 2 men out, winning run at second, Tyshawn Barrett. Ballstat sets, and now this one low as Barrett moves up to third. And Ward will walk, and the man of the hour, Logan Barber, who knotted this thing up when he crossed the plate in the 8th, came in and got 3 big outs in the top of the 9th on the mound, and now he hits with Tyshawn Barrett 90 feet away, the winning run, and Hunter Ward at first following the 2-out walk. Ballstat sets. 0-0 pitch. Low and away, as Ballstat will get the benefit of the doubt as he gets ahead with a taken strike. 0-1 for Logan Barber. Barber 1 for 4. And he'll take low and away. And now Barber will call time in the box. 2 men on the corners. Barrett at third, the winning run. Hunter Ward at first following the walk. 2 outs, bottom 9, 5-5. And here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and Hunter Ward will swipe second, no throw. And now they're going to say they're going to intentionally walk Barber, loading the bases. As now Jackson May, freshman from Kernersville, North Carolina, transfer from Winthrop University, will have an opportunity to be the man of the hour and go for the win as he's got bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Tyshawn Barrett, the winning run, 90 feet away at third. And now May will call time in the box. Ballstat sets. First pitch of the AB, a square up bunt. As May pulls back, Jackson will keep it in front. Jackson, the catcher behind the plate for Piedmont. So it'll be ball number 1. One-0 pitch. This one away and did not catch the outer corner. And now May's got a 2-0 hitters count with the winning run 90 feet away, 5 all. Bases loaded. 2-0 pitch. Big swing by May. But still the count in his favor at 2 balls and a strike. Ballstat gets the sign, comes set to the plate. Low in the turf. And Ballstat, 1 pitch away from potentially walking in the winning run. Tyshawn Barrett at third, bases loaded. 3-1 on Jackson May, pinch hitter for the Pacers. 3-1. Swung on and missed. A big sweep from May. As now May has a 3-2 count. Good job from Ballstat to come back and get one. Full count. Jackson May. Going away! As Ballstat walks in the winning run, and the Pacers take game 2. What a day for the Pacers. They win final 6-5. As Logan Barber crosses the plate in the 8th to tie things up at 5. Then immediately heads out to the bullpen mid-inning, by the way, in the 8th to get loose to go on the mound next inning in the top of the 9th. He gets loose in about 8 minutes probably. And then comes in, gets 3 big outs with a man on second and third that potentially could have given Piedmont the lead. Barber comes through, gets the outs, And then Jackson May comes in with bases loaded and gets it done with 2 outs. Great plate discipline by Jackson May. Pacers take game 2 and even the series 1-1. They improve their record to 2-3 in USA South play, and game 3 of this matchup will be tomorrow. Same time, same place, 2 o'clock here at Ting Stadium, and 2 o'clock here on the Pacer Sports Network, right here on the William Peace YouTube channel. We hope you've enjoyed your time here on the Pacer Sports Network. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. This is Voice of the Pacers, Will Dalton, signing off. Goodbye from Holly Springs.